Why the best talkers don't win arguments. They control them. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Most people lose arguments even when they're right. They lose with facts. They lose with evidence. They lose with logic. And they walk away confused, thinking, why didn't that work? Here's the truth this book reveals. Arguments are not about truth. They're about influence. And influence follows rules that most people were never taught. Why smart people lose arguments? Have you ever noticed this? The calm, emotional speaker convinces the room. The intelligent, factual person gets ignored. That's not an accident. That's psychology. Humans do not decide with logic first. They decide with emotion and use logic to defend the decision later. Facts don't change minds. Feelings do. This is where persuasion actually begins. The hidden purpose of an argument. We think arguments exist to prove who is right. But Heinrichs shows something radical. Arguments exist to create agreement, not victory. The moment you try to win, the other person stops listening. Their brain switches to defense mode. Logic shuts down. Ego takes over. If persuasion is your goal, winning is the fastest way to lose. The ancient formula that still controls us. Over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle explained persuasion with three forces, and nothing has replaced them since. Ethos, trust. Before people listen to your ideas, they listen to you. If you sound angry, desperate, arrogant, or insecure, your argument dies before it begins. Credibility is built through calm tone, confidence without aggression, respectful language. People follow those who seem grounded. Pathos, emotion. Emotion doesn't mean crying or shouting. It means connection. People are persuaded when they feel, this person gets me. Stories, analogies, examples, shared experiences. Emotion opens the door logic walks through. Logos, reason. Logic is important, but only after trust and emotion exist. Logic alone persuades no one. Logic confirms what people already want to believe. Why facts often make things worse. Here's something shocking. Presenting strong facts can make people more resistant. Why? Because facts feel like attacks. And attacks trigger defense. The brain hears, you're wrong, and responds. Protect identity. That's why arguments escalate. That's why debates turn hostile. That's why conversations collapse. Persuasion avoids triggering defense. The secret of timing, kairos. You can have the best argument, the best facts, the best reasoning, and still fail. Why? Bad timing. Heinrichs introduces kairos, choosing the right moment. People are most persuadable when they feel safe. They feel heard. They're emotionally open. Great persuaders don't rush. They wait. They sense. They strike when the door is open. The most powerful phrase in persuasion. Here is one of the most powerful tools in the book. You're right, but not because you agree, because it lowers resistance. When you acknowledge part of someone's view, their guard drops. Their nervous system relaxes. Now the conversation can move. Agreement is not surrender. It's strategy. Why humor is a persuasion superpower. A relaxed audience is a receptive audience. Humor does three things. Pierwsze desada mzego. 2. Builds trust. 3. Signals confidence. People trust those who are comfortable in their own skin. That's why persuasive speakers don't sound desperate. They sound playful, calm, human. Serious doesn't persuade. Secure does. The real enemy of persuasion. The enemy is not disagreement. The enemy is identity threat. People defend beliefs because those beliefs protect who they are. Attack the belief they hear an attack on identity. Attack identity persuasion is impossible. Smart persuaders don't say, "You're wrong." They say, "Let's look at this another way." How the best persuaders reframe reality. Persuasion isn't pushing. It's reframing. You don't fight their idea. You reposition yours. Instead of saying, "This is the correct answer," you say, "This helps us achieve what you already want." People move toward what supports their values. Why listening is more powerful than speaking. Here's the paradox. The best persuaders talk less. Listening gives you information, emotional leverage, trust, control of pacing. People feel valued when heard. Valued people become open. Persuasion begins with silence. Why confidence beats intelligence. People don't follow the smartest person. They follow the most certain one. Certainty signals safety. Safety builds trust. Trust creates influence. Confidence isn't loud. It's steady. The ultimate lesson of the book. Thank You for Arguing teaches one core truth. If you want to change minds, stop trying to win. Start trying to connect. Arguments are not battles. They are bridges. Those who master persuasion don't dominate conversations. They guide them. Ask yourself, do I argue to be right or to be effective? Do I speak to prove or to persuade? Do I listen to respond or to understand? Because influence doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the most emotionally intelligent one. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Like if this message changed how you see arguments. Comment. When was the last time you changed someone's mind? Or did they change yours? Subscribe for weekly book wisdom. Share with someone who wants to argue better, not louder.